defense rests, let's lay it down. Gonna dig deep, wave that verdict round. The defense rests, time to analyze. With the evidence, we'll unveil the crime. Justice served in an honest fight. True crime tales till the verdict's right. Solving more than just trivial quests, where sentences rule at the defense rests.
Welcome back. Hello. Was that nice to be teleported? I actually haven't had that happen before, so is it fun? Welcome back. We've just left the start of the Desire Harris preliminary hearing, which we will take up again tomorrow night to continue. But we are going now to day 3 of the Megan Boswell. Hello. You found me. Your day 3, Megan Boswell and the baby Evelyn tragedy, basically. 15-month-old, beautiful little girl. Yeah, so sad. All right. Let's we might as well get straight into it because we can. See how organized I am? Look at that. The preparation. All righty. I'm going to put this on and I'm going to just go and heat something up and I'll be back. Ooh. What the hello? Okay.
That's what that was. That's what we wanted. So very good.
Well, look at that. We're 3 minutes behind live.
Judge, I would say that these photos are cumulative.
Hang on. No, we're not. Sorry. All right. Who's this?
Good morning.
Good morning.
I just realized I called you Katelyn Jones. You are now Katelyn Carter. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I
Katelyn
apologize.
Carter.
Okay, so you told the jury your name. Where do you live?
Kingsport.
Okay. Do you know the defendant, Megan Boswell?
Yes, ma'am.
And how do you know her?
We were friends in college.
Okay. And if you can, I'm going to ask you to maybe pull that microphone just a little bit closer. There you go. Thank you. You were friends in college when you were in college or when she was in college?
When I was in college.
Okay. And when did you first meet her?
Middle school.
Okay. Did you continue to stay friends from middle school until you were in college?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Did you reconnect at some point?
Yes, ma'am.
Second.
Okay.
It's telling me that there possibly is 2 more before, but I couldn't see a thing. Oh, there is 2. Look at that. She nearly got away from me there. All right. Apologies.
Carry you over to the second day. I know that's hard for you. Certainly wasn't purposeful. I want you to know that. We heard a lot of testimony yesterday that you were one of Megan's closest friends. Would that be a fair statement?
Yeah.
And that you had known her for some time, even through high school years, before Evelyn was born.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. And I imagine that you got to know Megan quite well. And you were around when Evelyn was born. Spent a lot of time with Megan and both Evelyn the first year of Evelyn's life. Would that be a fair statement?
Yes.
And during any of that time in those 12 months, first 12 months up to Evelyn's first birthday, did you ever see any signs of abuse or neglect on Evelyn?
The only thing that I ever really noticed was every now and again I would look back and she wouldn't be buckled up correctly, but we would just buckle her up.
Understand. I guess what I'm saying is you never saw any injuries on Evelyn that gave you concern.
No,
You never saw anything on Evelyn. She appeared to be thriving well. You didn't have any concerns that she wasn't being fed or cared for.
no,
You didn't have any concerns that she was being physically abused.
no.
And I imagine regardless of your relationship with Megan, had you suspected those, it's quite clear yesterday from your testimony you loved Evelyn, you wouldn't have stood for that regardless of your relationship with Megan, would you?
No.
Okay. And in this time that you were spending with Megan, did you ever hear Megan say or indicate that she didn't love Evelyn?
No.
Did you ever hear Megan say or indicate that she no longer wanted Evelyn and would maybe consider giving her up for adoption?
No.
Did you ever hear Megan say that Evelyn was an inconvenience on her life?
No.
You're familiar with Megan's background and her family situation.
Mm-hmm.
You're aware that Megan was in foster care, correct?
Yes.
And you're aware that Evelyn was born while Megan was in foster care. And would it be fair to say that the one consistent love in Megan's life was Evelyn
Yes.
above everything, her family?
Yeah.
Judge, we're going to object to her being able to get into the defendant's head on how she's feeling about people in her life.
What a question for you.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Well, were you aware that Megan had some fractured or broken relationships?
Yes.
She is.
Did it appear that Evelyn was the one constant thing that brought Megan joy?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, were you aware that, do you know who Tommy Boswell, do you know who Tommy Boswell is?
Yes.
That's Megan's father.
Mm-hmm.
You familiar with his girlfriend?
Yeah.
Do you have personal knowledge that Tommy's girlfriend?
What happened? What with his trial? Is that what you? Did you watch? You haven't watched any of this yet, Anna? I thought you did. I'm happy to do a quick recap for you. That's fine. I just want to know where to start from. That's all. I'm sure that you saw at least day one, but then my brain has been known to fart occasionally. All right, a lot. Just let me know what you've seen or haven't seen, and I'll give you an update. Why she suddenly just, I don't know. I think they are saying that they woke up and she feels like she either suffocated her or because they were in bed together. I think that was the defendant claims she covered up an accident. Yeah. Yeah. The baby was apparently still alive. Yes. Yes. Yeah, but I think the story goes that she woke up in bed and even though the baby was still warm and pink, she thought that she was deceased. And then tried to cover up her tracks and lied through her tentacles. So she's, I think, got 11 charges of making false statements.
Friend wanted to spank Evelyn.
Objection.
Oh, good morning, Toxic Orchard. Hello. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Good to see you. Oh, I've got a floppy mic. Nobody likes a floppy mic. All right.
Sustained in part overload.
Have you been following this child up?
Ms. Hawkins, and all the time that you spent together with Megan, Megan, did you ever see her spank or hit Evelyn?
No.
That's all the questions we have.
You agree?
Nothing, Your Honor.
She pretty good.
I don't oppose that.
And she believes-
Just 1 second.
Of course you are. You are the delegate on the gavel drops on this trial.
Bailey, did you
Oh,
know
really?
Hunter Wood?
Oh,
Did you know that the defendant, Megan
Aw.
Boswell, was in a relationship with Hunter Wood?
that's just beautiful. Oh, so as your baby just must have turned 1-ish, or under 1 at least. Oh, I used to live in Mount Evelyn. Oh, that's so sweet. This little baby is just beautiful, just beautiful. So were you aware of this? Because this case is 5 years old now. So as you have said, did you know them or you just were aware of the case? Oh, really? Did you tell? Are you allowed to spill the beans or not? I love Ascobel drops. This is so handy. Oh, I need a document. Oh, straight across. You guys do a phenomenal job. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I thought you might have, yeah. Is it near you? Or just out of interest? Oh, this fan is a bit cold. Come here. It's just awful. We're covering 2 trials at the moment. We're doing the Nasiah Harris pre-trial hearing and this one as well. So 2 nasties at the same time. But welcome. Thank you for joining us. All right, where's my little... Oh, all right. Hang on 1 second. I will. There you go. You can now drop the link in chat.
And were you aware that they were in a relationship?
Yes.
Okay. Did you personally ever?
I just wielded the wrench. We also have a doc. Okay. I am still a Discord idiot, I must say. Discord idiot. I'm getting there. I've had someone design a whole new server for me, so we are getting there. But yeah, I've just modded you, so you can drop those links in chat if you like. Knock yourself out, love.
See Hunter around baby Evelyn?
That's exciting.
Okay. Thank you.
We cross.
They have everything. If you guys haven't been over onto they're on Discord as the gavel drops, pop that one in as well. Toxic. Your link to the server, because they have heaps. And the way Discord works is they've got the trials all set out in date order, and then when you click on the trial, it has all of the media, it has all of the live streams linked to it, it has all of the documents, it has a chat that you can go into and talk about it. They've got everything. It's all on the one thread. They have all of the, if you want to look up anything in particular, they've got all the little details like the defendant's inmate number and the dates of all of the hearings. They've got everything. It's awesome. Very, very good. And I think I Did I have it on here? Yeah, there you go. Look at that. Pre-prepared banner right there. Can't recommend them higher.
No, Your Honor. All right. She's released from her subpoena.
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Hawkins, thank you for your testimony. You're released from your subpoena. You're free to go.
All right, thank you.
All right, next.
All right, who's up next? What's on third? This is Crystal Crawford, an employee from Kingsford Econo Lodge.
What was that last name?
Crawford, CRAWFORD.
No worries, sweetheart. Take your time. We got hours.
Raise your right hand. State your name.
Crystal Crawford.
You solemnly swear affirm testimony. you're
Crystal
about
Crawford.
to give is the truth.
Yes, sir.
I'll see that.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning, Amber.
Tell the jury your name and where you're employed.
Crystal Crawford at the Econo Lodge in Kingsport, Tennessee.
Okay. Is that located on Airport Parkway in Kingsport?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. How long have you been employed there?
I have been working there almost 10 years.
Okay. What is your title there?
Front desk clerk.
Can you give us a brief description of your job duties at the Econo Lodge?
Front desk, laundry, some days housekeeping also. Just whatever needs to be done. I do all his management paperwork and all that.
Okay. So those duties include things like checking in and checking out guests.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And I'm assuming Econo Lodge creates records and maintains those records at the hotel?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. When you enter information to the hotel, is it into like a computer system that's maintained?
Yes, ma'am.
And are those records preserved for a certain amount of time?
Yes, I believe up to 5 years.
When you create these records, is it essentially the same procedure each time?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to pass you a document.
Okay.
Are you anywhere near Runkle of the baby?
You could take a look at that and see if you recognize it.
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Okay. Can you tell us what it is?
It is a check-in and check-out slip on Megan Boswell.
Okay. And have you seen that document before?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. How was this document generated?
In order for this to generate, the guest has to come in and check in and provide ID. And then we give them the room keys and they sign a registration card stating that they were present at the property.
Okay.
You have
And was this
32
particular document
subscribers now.
run, a search was essentially run on Megan Boswell's name. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
And is this part of your
Awesome.
record keeping that was kept and maintained in the normal course of business at the Econo Lodge?
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, we'd be asked that made exhibit number 84.
Just subbed.
Thank you. I'm waiting for this screen to,
You're fine.
sorry, Judge. Permission to publish?
Okay.
Okay. And Ms. Crawford, you should be able to see this on your screen as well.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And is this the document you were just referencing that was produced at the Econo Lodge?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You recognize Megan Boswell's name as having been at the Econo Lodge on 3 dates in 2019 and 1 date in 2020.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Can you tell the jury the dates that Megan Boswell checked in and out of the Econo Lodge in 2019?
She checked in on 10/11/2019, checked out on 10/12/2019, checked in on 12/14/2019, checked out on 12/15/2019, checked back in on 12/15/19, checked out on 12/16/2019.
Okay. And then she had one more, it looks like on January 6, 2020. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
And if I could please have exhibit number 83 passed to the witness, please. It's
Would you like to see
Oh.
the next one? That's easy.
Okay, Ms. Crawford, do you recognize what I've handed you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and can you tell us what that document is?
It is a registration card for Bailey Hawkins,
Okay, and what was the date of check-in and check-out on that?
February 22nd of 2020, and checked out on February 23rd of 2020.
Okay, all right, you can pass that back to the clerk. Thank you. Do you know who the defendant Megan Boswell is?
Not personally, no, just from coming into the motel.
Okay, so you recognize her from coming into the motel?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Did you recognize her because of this case, or did you recognize her?
Already subbed, Dylan. Already subbed. And I'm about to jump in on X. Double drop so we can hear. Yeah. Yes, you are. Absolutely. Thank you, sweetheart.
Before Evelyn was reported missing?
No,
gonna
she'd
copy
come
that
into the
link.
motel a few times before I ever even knew that her baby was missing. And of course, I didn't speak to her very much in the first couple of times she stayed. But after a couple of times, you know, the guests get familiar to you. So I did spark up a conversation with her. I think it was around the third time of her staying there.
Okay. And do you recall her staying at the Econo Lodge during those months that we just went through of December 14th and December 15th, which would have been, I guess, that third day, December 15th
Yes,
of
ma'am.
2019. And did you talk with her at all during that time?
Like I said, about the third time,
Okay.
I spoke up, you know, a conversation with her probably for about 20 minutes or so, maybe a little longer than that.
Okay. Were you aware that if she had a child?
Not until the third time,
Okay. And how were you made aware that she had a child that third time?
because of the conversation we were having. I can't really remember a lot of details. It's been so long ago, but you know, I can't remember if she brought it up or I brought it up. I really can't remember.
Okay. And what did she say about her child?
She told me that she was with her father.
Okay. So is it fair to say you never saw Evelyn at the hotel with Megan Boswell?
No, ma'am, I never saw her.
Okay. Do you recall seeing Megan Boswell at the hotel with anybody else ever?
No, ma'am.
Okay. 1 minute. During the times that you saw the defendant, the 2 times in December and the 2 times in January, did she ever appear to be crying?
No, not that I can remember.
Did she ever give an appearance of being scared or worried?
No, ma'am, not that I can remember.
Did she ever express any concern to you about the safety of her daughter?
No, ma'am, not that I can remember.
All right. Please answer any questions the defense has for you, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
No questions. Ms. Williams.
Ms. Crawford, thank you for your testimony today. You're released from your subpoena, ma'am.
Thank you.
State we call Katelyn Jones.
Raise your right hand, ma'am. State your name.
Katelyn Carter.
Solemnly swear from testimony back here to the truth, all truth, and nothing.
Yes, sir.
Excuse us, close to you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I just realized I called you Katelyn Jones. You are now Katelyn Carter. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I apologize. Okay, so you told the jury your name. Where do you live?
Kingsport.
Okay. Do you know the defendant, Megan Boswell?
Yes, ma'am.
Hey,
How do you know
fellas,
her?
We were friends in college.
welcome.
Okay. And if you can, I'm going to ask you to maybe pull that microphone just a little bit closer. There you go.
That sounded like
You were
Mickey
friends in
Mouse.
college. When you were in college or when she was in college?
When I was in college.
Okay. And when did you first meet her?
Middle school.
Okay. Did you continue to stay friends from middle school until you were in college?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Did you reconnect at some point?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And that was when you were in college, I guess?
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
So during that time,
I had my X-ray done today, so I get the opportunity. I get the lovely opportunity to dwell on it until Tuesday. I'll find out Tuesday. We shall see. Thank you.
is that when you
both.
met
Thank you.
Evelyn?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So that means you've met Evelyn in person.
Yes,
Okay. How many times do you think you have been around Evelyn?
4 or 5 times.
Okay. And are those times that when you were hanging out with Megan Boswell
Yes,
as
ma'am.
well? Okay. When you hung out with Megan, was Evelyn usually with her?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do you ever recall seeing Megan when Evelyn was not with her?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And when was that?
The end of our friendship,
Okay. Which was
Oh.
when?
the 1st of December.
Okay.
Oh, spicy.
So then you're saying you saw Megan without Evelyn the
Oh,
1st of
thank
December.
you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Prior to that,
Yeah.
well, let me rephrase. Before, when you say the 1st of December, do you mean the first day of December or do you mean the first part of December?
The first part.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure we were clear on that one. Okay. So prior to the
So
first part of
Evelyn was last seen the 6th of December. I remember that because it's after my birthday.
December, do you recall ever seeing the defendant without Evelyn?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Do you recall going to Chili's with Megan Boswell at one point?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you remember when that was?
The end of my college semester,
Okay. And do you know when that would have been?
around the 1st of December.
Okay. Who was there when you went to Chili's that day?
Me, Megan, and Evelyn.
Okay. Anyone else?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Did you sit at a table or a booth?
Booth.
Okay. And did you sit beside anyone?
No, ma'am.
So Megan and Evelyn were on one side of the
I'm
table.
waiting
and
for
you were on
it
the
to
other.
have.
Yes, ma'am.
What was your impression of Evelyn that day?
She was dirty, and I could smell her across the table.
Okay. Was she, have you been
Aw.
around babies before?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Was she beyond what a normal dirty baby would be?
Yes, ma'am.
Ugh. Well, I think that rocket would like to go somewhere else just quietly, but yeah. That is awful. I mean, we saw yesterday the absolutely disgusting way that she lived. Now that if you can smell that child, oh God, poor bugger. That's awful.
Sustained.
You said you've been around other babies. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Based on your personal experience with other babies,
No, she doesn't deserve it.
did you consider Evelyn dirtier than what your experience was with other children?
Based on my personal opinion, yes, ma'am.
Okay. And can you tell us how? Can you describe it for us?
Her face and hands were dirty, and her clothes were dirty.
Do you recall when Megan started working at the chicken shack?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And do you recall if she was dating anyone when she started working at the chicken shack?
Not when she started.
Okay. When did she start dating someone?
And someone
shortly after?
actually,
About a week or
someone
two after.
actually
Okay.
went to that house and slept in the bed with her. Ill, just ill.
And who was that?
Hunter Wood.
So around this time, did you notice anything different about the defendant, Megan Boswell?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you tell me what you noticed?
How do you understand? You
She was spending a
How do you
lot more time
understand?
with the gentleman and not Evelyn.
Okay. After this time, when she's dating Hunter Wood, did you see Evelyn with Megan Boswell at any time?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Did you see Hunter with Evelyn at any time?
No, ma'am.
Did you have concerns at this point?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Did you talk with other people about it?
I don't believe so.
Okay. What were your concerns?
It was strange that Megan Boswell was not with Evelyn because she was always with Evelyn up until this point.
Okay. Did you notice Megan doing things without Evelyn?
Yes, ma'am.
No, she doesn't.
What types of things?
Usually things that you would take your children, such as vacations, going to the aquarium.
I haven't seen Hunter yet. And I don't know who's coming up, sweetheart.
I'll pass you 2 photographs. Take a look at those and see if you recognize them.
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Okay, can you tell me what it is?
Megan sent me those when her and Hunter and a few other people went to the aquarium.
Okay, and so you got those personally sent to you from Megan.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and what is a photograph of?
Megan and Hunter Wood at the aquarium.
Your Honor, we'd ask that to be made exhibit number 85.
No, No, she doesn't.
Judge,
dark
I would
hair.
say that these photos are cumulative. They're essentially the same photo. I would know if they're cumulative.
All right, if you're going to be introduced separately, I mean, they should be introduced separately. They shouldn't be introduced.
Okay. You want to do 85 and 86, Your Honor? Permission to publish, Your Honor. Katelyn, is this one of the pictures you received from Megan Boswell? Was it via text?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And did she indicate that Evelyn was with her that day?
No, ma'am.
Did she send you any pictures of her with Evelyn that day?
No, ma'am.
Did she seem to be upset at all that day when
No,
she
ma'am.
sent you these pictures? Okay. Did she also send you this photograph from that same day?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And can you tell me what the date is that's behind her on the photograph? Can you read that?
On the top?
Yeah.
It says 2019.
And you may not recall, but if you do you remember when those photographs were sent to you?
I do not recall.
Okay. Would it have been after early December?
Yes, ma'am.
Because it would have been, you said she started dating Hunter 1 to 2 weeks after the beginning of December. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So is it fair to say it was at least 1 to 2 weeks after mid-December?
Yes.
Is that fair?
Yes.
Okay. So for mid-December well, let me say this. Prior to Thanksgiving of 2019, did Megan talk a lot about Evelyn?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Did you see her post a lot about Evelyn?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. What about mid-December? Is she still doing that?
No, ma'am.
Okay. At some point, did you ask her where Evelyn was?
Yes.
What did she say?
She said that she was with her father.
Okay. When you say her father, do you know who do you think she was talking about, or who was she talking about?
Tommy.
She was speaking of Ethan.
Okay.
Oh,
Did she say
baby's father, no.
why Evelyn was with Ethan?
Yes, ma'am.
What did she say?
She said that Ethan came home and got emergency custody.
Okay.
Oh,
Did she ever show you any paperwork?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Did she ever say why?
Ethan seen photos of Evelyn with a bruise on her head, and he
Yeah.
used that.
Okay. And the defendant told you that?
Yes, ma'am.
that was sneaky. After the objection came in. Sidebar. Vince won't be happy with that. Oop. Press K instead of L. Yeah. Absolutely. But she continued the question after the objection. That's what they're pissed about. So they'll probably strike it. Maybe.
Okay. So we're going to go back to that. Did Megan say why Ethan had taken emergency custody of Evelyn?
Yes, ma'am.
And what did she say?
She said that Ethan had saw photos of Evelyn with a bruise on her forehead.
Okay. You said she never showed you paperwork of custody.
No, ma'am.
Okay.
They hadn't laid the foundation. That's why.
How many times did she tell you that Evelyn was with Ethan?
A few times.
Okay. Was that in person or via text?
Both.
Okay. So do you remember seeing Megan around Christmas?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Where did you see her?
We met at the Pinnacle in Bristol.
Okay. Was Evelyn with her?
No, ma'am.
Did you talk to her about Evelyn?
Yes, ma'am.
What did she say?
She still said that Ethan had her.
Okay. And do you remember Megan getting a phone call while you were talking to her that day?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you know who called her?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Who called her?
Her father.
Okay. And we're not going to be able to say what he said to her, but what did Megan say to her father over the phone?
She told her father that she would be getting Evelyn back around the 1st of February.
Okay. During this entire time, did Megan ever seem upset?
No, ma'am.
Did you ever see her cry?
No, ma'am.
Did she seem worried about Evelyn?
No, ma'am.
Did she ever seem concerned about Evelyn's safety?
No, ma'am.
Please answer any questions the defense has. Okay.
Good morning, Ms. Jones. My name's Gene Scott. How are you?
I'm doing well. It's Miss Carter.
Oh, Ms. Carter.
Yes, sir.
Sorry, I got it wrong. Did it used to be Ms. Jones?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So how often were you around Megan, let's say in 2019? Would you consider yourselves close friends during that time period?
Yes, sir.
How often would you see her?
About twice a month.
Twice a month. And you described a meal, I think it was Applebee's?
Chili's.
Chili's. When was that meal?
Around the 1st of December.
You say around the 1st of December. Can you be more specific? And let me ask you this way. You equated it to your college semester or your earlier testimony.
Mhm.
As you finished, had you taken your exams? Were you waiting to take exams? What part of the end of the college semester were you at?
She actually took me out to eat for celebration of finishing my exams.
So the exams were in December.
Yes, sir.
That's typical, I think, of a college schedule, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So this would have been sometime, say, after the 5th or 6th, maybe?
I would say so.
Do you know what day of the week it was?
I do not.
Would have been a weekday.
Yes.
Ms. Carter, you described Evelyn as being dirty that day.
Yes, sir.
Had you ever seen Evelyn dirty before?
No, sir.
Did you ever see any signs of abuse?
No, sir.
Did Megan seem like a loving mother to you?
Yes, sir.
Did she seem devoted to Evelyn?
Yes, sir.
Did you ever see her neglect her in any way?
No, sir.
Would be fair to say that at some point your friendship with Megan ended?
Yes, sir.
When did that occur?
Around the 1st of January.
And did that have anything to do with Evelyn?
No, sir.
Why did your friendship end?
She lost or misplaced her phone and did not have a way to communicate with me.
Okay, so y'all just quit talking.
Yes, sir.
Ms. Carter, just so we know, your exams, were they after Thanksgiving?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And in 2019, Thanksgiving, I believe, was on the 28th of November. Does that sound right to you?
Yes.
So your exams would have been sometime the first week of December. Monday was the 2nd of December. Does that sound correct?
Yes.
How many days would your exams been?
That whole last week of college.
So the last day of that week is the 6th of December.
Is that on
That's
Friday?
a Friday.
Okay.
Okay, would that have been the day your exams ended?
Yes.
Is that the day you ate?
I cannot recall.
You said you ate it. Did you eat on the last day of exams or just after the last day of exams?
It was the last day of exams.
Okay, so if the last day of exams were on the 6th, it would have been on the 6th.
I guess I'm gonna ask if he wants to, we need to probably check that schedule, so she doesn't get confused on the dates she's talking about.
Judge, can we approach?
Side block. Um, right. Let's get to, come on. What the?
So you think that that was after she had started dating Hunter?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I would be mad.
That's all the questions I have.
Did she really keep it?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Right. Ms. Carter, thank you for your testimony today. Your petitioner's opinion.
Thank you, sir.
Say we call Gail Kyte.
Yeah, I do too. Spunky. It's got spunk.
Raise your right hand and state your name.
Gail Kyte.
You solemnly swear affirm testimony you're about to give the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I do.
That's it, right?
Okay. Good morning.
Good morning.
So this is Megan's
Okay,
foster
so we
mother.
get that you're spelling your name spelling correct. Your last name is spelled Kyte. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. And where do you live?
Roan Mountain.
Okay. And do you know Megan Boswell?
I do.
How do you know her?
I was her foster mother for 4 months.
Okay.
Oh, so
Do you know what year that was in?
2018 to February of 2019.
Okay. Do you know how old Megan was when she came to live with you?
17.
Okay. And do you see her in the courtroom today?
I do.
Can you point her out to us, please? Okay. And I'm going to ask that you describe what she's wearing, please.
Looks like a black and white shirt.
Okay. We had asked the record to reflect she's identified the defendant. Were you also living in Roan Mountain during 2018?
I was.
Okay. Was Megan pregnant when she came to live with you?
She was.
Do you may not, but do you recall how far along she was?
7 months.
Okay. And do you remember when Evelyn was born?
I do.
Okay. What month was that?
November
2018?
2018.
Okay. And did Megan and Evelyn continue to live with you during that time?
They did.
Did Evelyn appear to be developing normally?
She did.
I'm assuming you have children of your own.
I do.
Any concerns, based on your own personal experience, that you had with Megan caring for Evelyn?
No,
Okay. Everything seemed to be appropriate?
it did.
Okay. And did Megan take Evelyn to all of her pediatric appointments?
Yes,
How did she get there during the time she was living with you?
I took her.
You took her? Okay. To your memory, did you take her to all of those appointments?
While she was living with me.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay. And I think you've already said they lived with you about 4 months and she moved out in February 2019. Is that right?
that's correct.
And do you know where they moved?
To her father's home.
Okay. That'd be Tommy Boswell?
Yes,
Did you continue to have contact with her after they moved out?
I did.
Okay. How did you keep in contact?
Most of it was Facebook texts, calls.
Okay. And do you remember Megan bringing Evelyn to visit you in September of 2019?
I do.
Okay. And with Evelyn, so she wasn't quite 1 year old at that point. Is that right?
That's correct.
Okay. Was Evelyn walking yet?
She was toddling.
Okay. So still occasionally holding on to things, but letting go occasionally, or she wasn't letting go yet?
She was letting go. She was taking a step or two on her own.
Okay. And again, this is right before, 2 months before her first birthday. Did she appear to be developing normally?
She
Did
did.
she appear healthy?
She did.
Okay. After that visit in September, do you remember Megan contacting you regarding babysitting?
She did.
Okay. And do you remember when that was? What month that was?
She reached out to me several times. The first time was in August. She was wanting to go to school.
Okay.
And then she reached out to me, I want to say again, towards the end of December.
Okay. Let's see here. Okay. I'm going to show you a document, see if that helps you with your date a little bit. Okay. Do you recognize, we won't be able to say what it is quite yet, but do you recognize that document?
I do.
Okay, what is it?
That's text messages between me and Megan.
Okay, what is the date of those messages?
December the 3rd of 2019.
Okay, and is that a fair and accurate representation of the conversation that you had with her via text or Facebook Messenger on that date?
Yes.
Okay, Your Honor, we'd ask that to be made exhibit number 87.
Need the closer. Before exhibit, please.
In permission of publisher. Okay. Okay, Gail, can you read that okay?
I can.
Okay, so is this one of the times that Megan was looking for a babysitter?
It was.
And what did she say to you there on December 3rd, 2019?
She says, do you think your sister would babysit and let me pay her at the end of the week? I just got a job and won't get paid until next week. I just started today.
Okay,
And I told her, yes, I knew she would.
okay.
She said, what's her number? Sometimes, oh, mommy gets sick and she already keeps her for school. I talked to her. She said that was fine.
Okay. Essentially, she's indicating that Sue can babysit. Is that right? And Sue is your sister?
She is.
Okay. And then what do you say to Megan?
Sue wants you to call her. She wanted to know if you had a pack and play you could bring.
Okay. What does Megan say?
I'm at work. Yes, I have one.
Does that help refresh your memory a little bit on the date?
It does.
So it would have been early December, not
Mhm.
late December?
Correct.
Okay. Now, is there a reason you were not able to babysit?
I had broken some ribs. I had 2 broke ribs.
Okay. And so you essentially gave her the name of your sister, Sue Whitson.
Correct.
Where does Sue live? Or where did Sue live at the time?
In Elizabethton.
Okay. Does she still live in Elizabethton?
She does.
Okay. And to your knowledge, did Sue in fact babysit Evelyn a few times?
She did.
Around the same time, do you remember talking to Megan about, excuse me, a new boyfriend that she had?
I do.
Do you remember what that boyfriend's name was?
Hunter Wood.
Okay. And did Megan ever reach out to you about Hunter Wood?
She did.
Okay. And do you remember when that was?
December the 22nd.
Okay. How do you remember that date?
It was a Sunday. There was a church play, and we were getting ready to go, and she wanted me to meet Hunter.
Okay.
And I told her that we were getting ready to leave for church. So she said that they would meet us at the church.
Okay. What type of play was it at church?
A Christmas play,
Okay.
children's Christmas
Okay.
play.
And did Megan and Hunter actually come to church that day?
They did.
Did they have Evelyn with them?
They did not.
Did you ask Megan where Evelyn was?
I did.
And what did she say?
She told me that Ethan had her, that they were sharing custody.
Okay. Did she appear sad when she told you that?
She seemed fine.
Okay. Did she act like anything was wrong that day?
No.
Okay. Do you have any- Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I thought they were discussing it. Take a moment to look at that and see if you recognize it. Do you
I
recognize
do.
that? Okay. Can you tell me what it is?
It's text messages between me and Megan.
Okay. What date were those messages sent?
January the 13th.
Of 2020?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Is that a fair and accurate representation of your conversation with Megan on that date?
It is.
Now, we'd ask that be made exhibit number 88.
Jackie? Yes, sir. Full exhibit number 1.
What did I miss? Anything exciting?
Permission to publish. Okay. So it looks like you start this conversation by asking how she and Evelyn are doing. And what does Megan say in response?
Good. Ethan has half custody now.
Okay. And then you respond, I almost bought Evelyn a beautiful dress at Cracker Barrel, wasn't sure what size. And what does Megan say in response?
She wears 18 months now. Isn't that crazy? Hunter and I can come when we get off work. Ethan has Evelyn until Friday, though.
Okay. And continuing the conversation.
I told her, wait until Thursday. We're having a DCS home inspection tomorrow, and I'm cleaning and getting ready. It makes me nervous.
Okay.
LOL.
Okay. And what does Megan say in response?
Don't be nervous. You and Rick are hands down the best foster parents anyone could ask for. In a lot of ways, you are my family more than my actual family.
Okay. And what did you say?
Thank you. We love you and that baby. Is Ethan out of the Army?
And then what does Megan say?
We love you. And yes, he is.
Okay.
So that was a month after.
We're going to move forward to February of 2020. We are not going to be able to say what somebody told you, okay? Do you remember, though, being contacted by someone named Shirley Boswell Lowry?
I do.
And who is this person?
Megan's aunt.
Okay, how did she contact you?
First by Facebook Messenger, and then I asked her to give me a call.
Okay, give me just 1 second. Had you ever been contacted by her before?
No.
Okay. Okay. So again, we're not gonna be able to talk about what she told you, but what did you tell her about what Megan had told you?
I told her that I didn't know where Evelyn was. I also told her that last time I'd spoken with Megan that she had told me Ethan had half custody of Evelyn.
Okay. And did you have Evelyn?
I did.
I know
not.
that may be a crazy question, but you did not.
No.
Okay. What did you do based on that conversation? What did you do?
I tried calling Megan.
Okay. And did you call her phone?
I did.
Okay.
And I got a hold of Tommy. Tommy, Megan's dad, had
okay.
her phone.
Okay. And what did you tell Tommy?
I was looking for Megan, and then he discussed the same thing Shirley
Okay, yeah,
discussed.
And we won't be able to get into what he said. We can only essentially get into something that maybe Megan told you or something that you say yourself. I know it's a little confusing. Okay, so essentially you call Megan's phone, but Tommy answers.
Correct.
Okay, and you were essentially trying to get in touch with Megan. You didn't get in touch with her that way. So what did you do next?
I texted her by Facebook.
Okay. And did she respond to you?
She did. She
Okay.
said she didn't have a phone. She couldn't talk, that it had to be by text message.
Okay. And was that Facebook Messenger?
It was.
Okay. Did you contact anyone else that day?
I did.
Who did you contact?
Constance Cole from DCS.
Okay. And who is Constance? Is that through the foster care stuff?
It was.
Okay. And were you able to get in touch with Constance?
I could not. It was after hours, so I left her a message on her phone.
Okay. What message did you leave?
I told her that Evelyn was missing.
Okay. So when is the last time you yourself saw Evelyn alive?
When she brought her to my home in September.
September. Would that be September 2019? Okay. Please answer any questions the defense has for you.
Good morning, Ms. Scott. My name's Gene Scott. How are you?
I'm fine. You?
I'm good, thank you. I want to talk to you just a little bit about, you came to know Megan when she came into your care in foster care.
That's correct.
She was pregnant at the time.
She was.
Did you go to doctor's appointments with her, take her there and stuff?
I did.
Okay. How did her pregnancy go? Did it seem to go normal?
It did. She was a little underweight, but she started putting on weight once she got there.
You said Megan was underweight when she came to live with you?
She was 7 months pregnant, and you couldn't even tell she was pregnant.
Goodness. Were you present for any medical procedures she received while she was pregnant?
No, at most I would take her, but I would stay out in the lobby.
Do you know if she had any medical issues while she was pregnant?
No,
You don't know, or?
I don't know.
Okay. Had you been told she had intrauterine growth restriction?
Never object to hearsay.
Mm.
Probably is. So you didn't witness any procedures?
No.
I feel like you're wanting to say more.
Well, I do know that she,
Okay, don't. If unless it's something you know of your own knowledge, you can't talk about it. I appreciate that. How did she act while she was pregnant? Did you take an interest in being healthy and having a healthy baby?
she did.
And I guess you were with her when she had the baby?
I was.
Okay. Did she seem to take to the baby right away?
She did.
And I guess, basically you were helping her raise the baby when the baby was first born.
That's correct.
Was she loving to the child?
Very much so.
Was she devoted to the child?
Yes.
Did you ever see any issues of her neglecting or abusing the child?
Never.
After she went back to her, I guess she turned 18 when aged out of foster care. Is that?
She was getting ready to turn 18, but she had got her a diploma, so they were letting her start trial visits, and then the trial visits led to her being going back to her father's home.
And how did Megan seem to take that going back?
She was fine with it.
Did you keep in touch with her?
We did.
Okay. Up through, you said the last time you saw Evelyn was in September of 2019, right?
Correct.
So up until that time, did you ever see any signs of abuse, neglect, or anything but a loving mother?
No.
That's all the questions I have. Thank you, Ms. Kyte.
Nothing from the state.
Should be released.
From the state, yes.
Yes, sir.
Ms. Kyte, thank you for your testimony today. You're released from this family member. Yeah. That's the first time they come up. Okay, are you next?
State will call, excuse me, Sue Whitson.
Raise your right hand and state your name for me.
Sue Whitson.
You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give with the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes, it is.
I need you to speak up.
Good morning. Okay. Your name is Sue Whitson.
Yes,
And is your last name spelled Whitson?
yes.
Okay. Where do you live, Sue?
And Elizabeth.
Okay. And do you know Gail Kyte?
Yes, I do.
Who is Gail Kyte to you?
She's my sister.
Okay. And to your knowledge, has your sister taken in foster children through the years?
Yes,
Okay. And was Megan Boswell one of the foster children that came and lived with your sister for a while?
yes,
And were you aware that Megan Boswell had given birth to a child named Evelyn?
yes,
Okay. And were you aware that at some point Megan and Evelyn moved out of Gail's house and got their own place?
yes,
Okay. And were you contacted by Megan to babysit Evelyn?
yes, I was.
Okay. Do you remember how you were contacted by her?
Text message.
Okay. And did you actually babysit Evelyn
Yes,
for her?
yes, I did.
Do you remember how many times?
I think maybe 3 or 4.
When you babysat, was it in your home or Megan's home?
My home.
Okay. So she would bring Evelyn to you and Elizabethton?
Yes.
Okay. Do you recall when you babysat?
I think maybe the last week of November or the first week of December.
Okay. I'll pass your document. See if you can identify it.
That's Evelyn.
That's Evelyn. And is that a photograph that you took?
Yes, it
Okay.
is.
When did you take that photograph?
I'm saying maybe about the second day I kept her.
Okay. All right. Is that a fair and accurate representation of what the photograph looked on the day you took it?
Yes.
Okay. We request that be made exhibit number 89.
Objection.
Full exhibit 89.
And permission to publish, Your Honor.
Go ahead.
Well, I made it worse. I'm sorry. Yeah. Doesn't want to do that for me. Okay. Is this the photograph we were just talking about?
Yes.
Okay. So that photograph would have been taken, you said you babysat her last of November to early December.
Yes.
So this would have been taken around that time. Is that
Yes.
right? Okay. And does Evelyn to you appear healthy here?
Pardon.
Was she healthy?
Oh,
She's
yes.
beautiful.
And was she walking?
Yes.
Okay.
I have opinions. I do like the court reporters.
Do you remember
H's way.
the last day that you babysat Evelyn?
Pretty much.
Okay. Do you remember what time Megan picked Evelyn up that day?
It was late that night, say maybe 10:30.
Okay. And you may not recall, but do you recall the date?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Did Megan indicate that she needed you to babysit again after that day?
No, she said that she wouldn't need me no more.
Okay. And did she tell you that when she picked Evelyn up, or did she tell you that later?
She told me later.
Okay. So when she picked her up, did you think you were going to be babysitting again?
Yes.
Okay. When did you learn you wouldn't be?
Maybe a couple days later, she got to where she wasn't bringing her.
She just wasn't bringing her?
No.
Okay. Okay. During the days that you watched Evelyn, did you have any concerns?
Yes.
Okay. What concerns did you have?
She had a terrible diaper rash.
Okay. When you say terrible, can you describe it, please?
It was just really like sore looking, had marks through it, maybe scratches. It was just really bad looking.
Okay. Have you kept other children Evelyn's age before?
Oh, yes.
Okay. So you feel like you've got pretty good experience
Yes.
with babies and toddlers?
Yes.
Okay. Did that seem more than the average diaper rash?
Yes.
And how?
It was just, I'd never seen a diaper rash look that bad.
Okay. Did you tell anyone about this?
Yes, I called Casey Kyte
Okay.
or Casey Schultz.
Okay. And you won't be able to tell us what Casey said, but what made you tell Casey in particular?
She worked in a doctor's office.
Okay. Okay. When, for the days that you babysat Evelyn, was she clean and when Megan would drop her off?
No,
Okay. Can you tell us what Evelyn was like when she would be dropped off by Megan?
she was dirty. She smelled like urine.
Oh,
I would give her a bath and clean her up.
Okay. And was that every time that you babysat it was like
Yes.
that? Okay. What about her
Dirty,
clothing? Was her
dirty
clothing
bitch.
clean?
No, it was dirty.
Okay. What about her face? Was her face clean?
No, it was dirty.
Okay.
there's no excuse for that shit. None. God, I used to go actually if my kids had sticky fingers. Well, maybe not ape shit, but
Pass the document to you. Take a moment to look at it, see if you recognize it.
Yes.
Okay. What is it?
Text between me and Megan.
Okay. What's the date of that?
December the 21st.
2019?
Yes.
Okay. Is that a fair and accurate representation of the conversation between you and Megan on that date?
Yes.
We'd ask that be made exhibit number 90.
Full exhibit number.
Okay. Permission to publish, Your Honor? Okay. Before I put this up, do you remember discussing with Megan about payment
Yes.
for babysitting? Had Megan paid you prior to this date?
No.
Okay. Why not? Did she say why she wasn't paying you?
She was supposed to be in a custody battle with, I guess, the baby's daddy.
Okay. Did she eventually pay you?
Yes, she
And
did.
how did she pay you?
She put it in a mailbox and sped out.
Okay. You said sped out?
Yeah,
Okay.
sped in her tires.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. I'm going to show you this conversation.
Yes.
It's okay. Okay. So it wasn't me. That's okay. Okay. Can you see that okay? A little bit bigger. Let's see here. There we go. Okay. So we've got the date of December 21st, 2019, and you're saying to her, I don't know why you don't want to pay me. I could sure use the money. I'm broke out of gas. Please pay me. I hope I didn't do something to make you mad. And what does Megan say to you?
She said, I'm sorry. My baby's daddy is taking me to court. I guess that's supposed to be a lot of problems lately. I'm on my way. I'll put it in your mailbox.
And what does she say after that?
Sorry, I've been crying, or I would have stopped and talked. I'm sorry. It took me so long. It just been a process, and he has temporary custody of her. I've not gotten to see her in days.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. Sue, please answer any questions that the defense might have for you. Okay.
Good morning. My name is Gene Scott. How are you? How well did you know Megan?
Not well at all.
Okay. Did you ever interact with her when she was at your sister's home as part of
No.
foster care?
No.
So how many times did you meet her?
Maybe 3.
Okay. And the picture you took, you said was the last time you kept Evelyn.
Yes.
When was that?
In,
I realize you may not have the exact date, but you know
in
the month?
December, I think.
Okay. Fair to say it was after Thanksgiving?
Yes.
And you remember the day of the week it was?
I'm not sure.
And there was some talk, testimony, you said Megan later after that had told you that she wouldn't need you anymore. Is that right?
Yes.
You know, was that a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks?
I'm saying maybe 2 weeks.
Was it up around the time she paid you?
Yes.
She ultimately paid you, I think, for that babysitting in December.
Yes.
So around the 22nd, maybe, if that ring a bell.
I'm thinking it was maybe the last week.
But close to
I mean,
Christmas.
first week of December.
That's when you said that. Okay.
Oh, that's what I was supposed to. Yeah, I'm not quite sure.
I'm not trying to confuse you, but your testimony was that you last watched her sometime in December. Okay.
Yes.
And then we've seen your text messages here. I think they were. Can I withdraw the last exhibit, please? December the 21st is when you texted her asking her about the money.
Okay.
So would it have been after that she told you she wouldn't need you any further?
It could have been.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
We have just a moment. We don't have any other questions, Your Honor.
May she be released.
Yes, sir.
Ms. Whitson, thank you for your testimony. Your release from your subpoena and your freedom. We'll take about 15 minutes.
We have a break.
You might be seated. Thank you.
Maybe say 15.
Court stands in recess.
Sorry. I've been making something funny. All right. All right, we're up to real time. Should actually be coming back any second now because we were 8 minutes behind. So, oh, did he? I knew you liked him for a reason, it happened. I just asked if I asked True Crime Metrics if we could use his analysis of Colin to do a reaction video, and if he wanted to join us, and he's given me his permission. His stance is regarding my views on it. I think he's a psycho that likes killing people, and that he's exceedingly lucky to have received an acquittal. Oh dear. Oops, wrong. I will tag you in it. Oop. And send you the link. If you would to join in. Not sure when it will be, but all right, done. Ridiculous. Oh, jeez, my back. So you all, you did not all see that because, well, you have saw it. I have a witness. I have been given content permission. Where did I save it? I saved it on a playlist, I think, or no, my history. Yes. We have a quick squeeze while we're waiting. May as well. Oh, and the court starts. Maybe lunch break.
You may be seated. Thank you. Right, next one.
This day we'll call Erica Stacy.
Raise your right hand, ma'am. You solemnly state your name, sir.
Erica Stacy.
You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, all the truth, and nothing but
I do.
the truth. Speak up and speak your name.
Okay.
You ready? Okay, good morning.
Good morning.
Okay. Okay. And your name is spelled E-R-I-C-A?
Yes, ma'am.
S-T-A-C-Y, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Miss Stacy, where do you live?
Kingsport, Tennessee.
Okay, and do you know the defendant, Megan Boswell?
I do.
How do you know her?
She dated my son, Caleb.
Okay, and do you remember when they dated?
It was spring of 2019.
Okay. Do you know how long they dated?
2 or 3 months.
Okay, and during that time, did you get a chance to meet Evelyn?
I did.
Okay. Can you recall how many times you met Evelyn, like in person, face to face?
It was a handful of times, probably no more than 10.
Did you have a relationship with Evelyn?
I feel like I did.
Okay. What was your relationship like?
I mean, I would see her when she would come to the house, and her and Caleb were hanging out.
Okay. So, what city did you say you lived in?
Kingsport.
Okay, so she would come to your house in Kingsport.
Yes.
Okay. During those 10 times-ish that you said you thought that you had seen Evelyn in person, was Megan always with her?
Yes.
Okay. Was there any time that you saw Megan where you did not see Evelyn? Yeah,
There was-
but let me ask it this way. Before Thanksgiving of 2019?
No.
Okay.
No, they were pretty much connected at the hip.
Okay. So every time you saw Megan, you saw Evelyn?
Yes.
Okay. To your knowledge, personally, did Megan ever allow anyone to babysit Evelyn?
Just family.
Okay. Did you ever babysit Evelyn?
No.
Okay. Did you ever offer to babysit?
Yes.
Okay. So you said did you say they were together just a few months?
Yes.
Okay. When they broke up, did you continue your relationship
I
with
did.
Megan? And why did you do that?
I wanted to help her.
Okay. Did that include Evelyn?
Yeah.
Okay. Why? Okay. Okay. Do you remember Megan bringing Evelyn to your house in September of 2019?
Yes.
And do you remember why they came by that day?
I was putting decals on Maggie's car.
Okay. And just so the jury understands, you occasionally make things on like a machine?
Yes, on a Cricut.
Okay. So you'd make like vinyl stickers?
It was like a Chevy decal. We were covering her Chevy emblems.
Okay. And was Evelyn with her that day?
Yes, that was the deal, that I wouldn't charge her for the decals if she brought Evie with her.
Okay. And so you just said Evie. Is that what you would call
That's what we called
Evelyn?
her. Yeah.
Okay. And did you ever see Evelyn again after that date?
Not that I remember.
Okay. September 29th.
Forgotten her name already.
Do you remember
Stacy.
seeing Megan again in November of 2019?
Yes.
And do you remember why you saw her then?
I made Evelyn birthday shirts
Okay.
and a gift for her
Okay.
birthday.
Okay. And was that something you also did on your Cricut machine?
Yes.
Okay. Were you aware of when Evelyn's birthday was?
It was November 21st, I believe.
Okay.
Who's
So this would have been for her first birthday?
Yeah.
Okay. And
Erica?
did you meet up with Megan to get those things
I'm
to her?
confused.
I think she come by the house to pick them
I'm
up.
confused.
Okay.
This is Erica Stacy. Ah, sorry. Okay. I read that completely wrong. Okay. So Megan dated her son, Eric. Yeah, just ignore me. Hunter, I think it was, wasn't it? The boyfriend? This is his
Did
mum.
she have Evelyn with her that day?
No.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and pass.
Mm-hmm. Oh, no, she didn't. That house was up.
Can we approach?
Absolute disgrace. Disgrace. Uh-huh. I wouldn't just tell her I'd be doing it. My Discord's going off in my ears. Hmm. No, I don't know what I did. What the hell is that, Anna? A wild Anna Charms appeared. I don't even know what that is. It's weird as. It's just getting hot in here again. It's getting hot in here, so take off all your clothes. I ain't getting so hot. I'ma take my clothes off. Not. Welcome, welcome, Miss Mary. There is no escape. We have another victim. There is no escape. Mm.
William. Okay. Are there gloves up there, Miss Stacy?
Yes.
Okay, if you don't mind, grab a pair of gloves.
Okay.
Oh dear, what are they bringing out? Uh-oh. Why am I so low in this? Okay. It doesn't seem to matter what I do with this camera. I feel like I'm sitting at the bottom of the screen. And also I'm leaning forward on the desk and I'll disappear. It's probably a good thing, actually.
Okay, I'm going to pass up what has been labeled as piece of evidence that was
Okay.
in evidence with Sullivan County, okay?
Okay.
And the reason you need to wear the gloves is essentially to, well, there may be something, will the scissors work okay? Just be very careful when you cut the top of the package, just cut it across straight if you can, like.
Cut across one up here?
Yes.
Mm. It appears I have a drinking problem.
And then, yes, if you can go ahead and
My
just take
SMR
out
there.
what's in the envelope, and don't show it to the jury yet, but see if you can identify that.
Oh.
Okay. Can you tell me what it is?
It's the shirt that I made for Evelyn for her birthday.
Okay. Your Honor, I guess at this point, we would ask for it to be made Exhibit 91. One moment.
For identification.
For identification only. Okay.
I like her glasses.
Place it back inside the envelope then.
Yeah. It's not good enough, is it?
Erica, because of the rules, the way the rules are laid out, we can't yet show that. But I'm going to ask you, if you could, to please tell the jury what it looks like.
It was a blue long sleeve shirt that had the yellow baby shark on it. That was her favorite one.
Okay. And did you put anything personalized on it, or?
It just talked about it being her first year, her 1 year birthday.
Okay. Okay. And you personalized that for,
I
like,
did.
you had put that
I
on
did.
to the, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna pass you, again, we're gonna do the same thing. This is the last one.
Okay.
Okay.
She whistling every time she's.
And again, so you try to take care and cutting it, if you can.
Pull it all the way out.
Yes, if you can identify it without pulling it all the way out, that's fine. I want to see if you recognize it.
Yeah.
Okay, you do?
I know.
Okay. Can you tell us what it is?
It's a baby shark blanket that I had put Evelyn's name on in pink glitter.
Okay. And is that also what you had given to Megan?
For her birthday.
For Evelyn to wear for her first birthday, or to have for her first birthday?
Yeah.
Okay. And what color, did you say what the color of the blanket was?
Blue. It's got the baby shark characters on it.
Okay. Your Honor, at this time, we'd ask that to be offered as Exhibit 92 for identification only. So those two items, are those the two items that you gave to Megan before Evelyn's first birthday?
Yes.
And what was the purpose of those items?
The shirt was to be worn for her birthday party that I was told was being planned.
Okay.
And then the blanket was the gift.
The blanket was the gift. Okay, gotcha. Okay.
I can't not hear it now.
During this time that you were around Megan, did she ever say anything about Evelyn that surprised you?
She would always say that Evelyn was mean as crap.
Okay. And is that the word she used, crap?
No, she would say mean as shit.
Okay. Did she say that more than once?
Yes.
Okay. And that would have been around the time that Evelyn was a year old?
Yes.
Okay. Why did that surprise you?
I was raised, you just don't say that about a child.
Was Evelyn a mean baby?
Not that I ever saw.
Okay. What type of baby was Evelyn?
Very happy, very smiley.
Okay. And do you recall trying to reach out to Megan to continue to try to see Evelyn again?
Yes.
Okay. And would Megan respond to you?
She did for a little bit, and then there was a time that she didn't respond.
Okay.
Sorry, can't help it.
Did you buy Christmas gifts for Evelyn?
I did. I bought gifts for Maggie and Evelyn.
Okay. And did you reach out to?
I did.
Okay. And did she acknowledge when you reached out?
She did. She was supposed to come by our house on the 24th.
Okay. And did she come by?
She did not.
Okay. Did you see Megan again after Christmas?
I saw her in January.
Okay. So January of 2020?
Yes.
Okay. Where did you see her?
Her and Hunter came to my church twice.
Okay. And who was Hunter?
Hunter was her boyfriend at the time.
Okay. So she came to your church twice. Were both of those times in January?
Yes.
Okay. Did she have Evelyn with her either of those times?
No.
Did you find it strange that Evelyn was not with her?
Yes.
Why?
Because anytime I saw Maggie, for the most part, Evie was on her hip.
Okay. Did you ask Megan where Evelyn was each time you
Yes.
saw her in January?
Yes.
And what did she tell you?
She told me she was with her father,
Okay. And did you know what his name was?
Ethan.
Okay. Do you remember when you saw them at church asking Megan what Evelyn thought about Hunter, Megan's new boyfriend?
Yes.
What did she say?
That they had not been around each other.
Okay. Did you ask that question both times that you saw her?
Yes.
And what did she say?
That they hadn't been around each other.
Okay. When you saw Megan at church those 2 times, did she ever seem to be upset about Evelyn not being around?
No.
Can you describe her demeanor?
She seemed happy.
Okay. Did she ever verbally express worry for Evelyn or her safety?
No.
Okay. Did she give you any indication that anything was even wrong with Evelyn?
No.
Okay. At some point, did you learn that Evelyn had been reported as a missing child?
Well, yes. They detectives just showed up at our house.
Okay.
Wanting to know where I was. And I was on my way to Knoxville taking my daughter to an appointment.
Okay. And is that how you learned that
Yes.
Evelyn was missing? Okay.
Mhm.
So not from Megan.
No.
Okay. So during the time that Evelyn's missing, did you see Megan Boswell again?
I did.
Okay. And do you remember where you saw her?
I picked her up at the Walmart in Bristol.
Okay. Do you remember what month that was?
I do not.
Okay.
I want to say February, maybe.
Okay. And why were you picking her up at Walmart in Bristol?
She said she didn't have anywhere to go.
Okay.
And I thought maybe she would talk to me if it was just me and her.
Okay. Because you felt like you had that kind of relationship?
I did.
Okay. What was your purpose in talking to her that night?
To see if she could tell me where Evie was, who had her.
Okay. And are you doing this while you're driving
Yes.
with her? Okay. What, and I'm assuming you asked her those questions
I did.
when you got in the car. What was her response to you about where Evelyn was?
She didn't know.
Okay. Did she ever tell you, did she mention Ethan? Because she told you about Ethan before. Did she mention Ethan that day?
It was that Ethan had her. Ethan had quit answering her calls, her text, wouldn't answer the door.
Okay. What was her demeanor in the car that night?
Emotionless.
Okay. Can you tell me what you mean by that?
There was nothing. Like most answers were, I don't know. And there were no tears. There was no frantic, what I think I would have been had my child been missing. There was none of that.
We still stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
to clarify, and this is after Evelyn had already been reported missing, is that right?
Yes, yes.
During the time that you knew Megan, do you feel like you got to know her fairly well?
As best as I could.
So that would be from the time she started dating Caleb.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you said that was in spring of 2019. Is that right?
Yes, yes.
Did you see Megan on the news interviews that she gave?
I did.
Okay. Did you watch those interviews?
Of course.
Was the Megan that you saw on those television interviews the same Megan that you knew?
No.
How was she different?
It almost seemed rehearsed, practiced. She just,
Okay.
I don't know how to describe that.
Okay. We can stop with that. Miss Stacy, give me just a second.
Okay.
I'm going to pass you 2 papers. And ask if you recognize them.
I do.
Okay. What is it?
It's messages between myself and Maggie.
Okay. For what date?
January 8th, 2020.
Okay. Is that a fair and accurate representation of your conversation with her on that date?
Yes.
Okay. Your Honor, we'd ask that be made exhibit number 93.
Any objection? Before exhibit 93.
Thank you. Okay. Permission to publish? Okay. First one. You stated, "I've been worried to death about you. Are you okay?" Why did you send that message?
I mean, that's right in the midst of people looking for Evie. And I hadn't heard from her.
Okay. So Evelyn had not been reported missing yet at that point. So
Then that was if I've not heard from her, because we talked quite a bit.
okay. And then you asked her, did you and Evelyn have a good Christmas? And what did she say in response to you?
She says we did. Let me read all of that.
Actually, that's not verbatim. One moment, Your Honor. We approach.
Oh my God. For real? Oh, hello. Sorry. I wasn't doing anything else. This is okay. So Megan was dating her son, I think for a few months, which included the 2 months that Evelyn was missing. That's who that is. It's awful. It's awful. It is. And we've got the other one that we're covering at the same time, which is the Naziah Harris preliminary hearing. That's just nasty as well. So, Grandma, yay! Everyone's in the house. I was there is a video on X that I put in to the community page, and someone has asked to enhance it or superimpose Mike Myers' face over the top, which is what I'm doing. I'm listening. Yeah, I know. I haven't seen you for ages, Grandma. How have you been, Mary? Oh, sorry. Sorry. I just can't get past the whistle of her nose.
Maybe seated, thank you.
Every time she sniffs. Oh, how many sidebars? Yeah, this is only day 3, so I've also broken it up a bit so that you can watch it in bits and pieces should you require. Welcome, Mary. Welcome. You're subscribed on here, aren't you? I'm sure you are. Yeah. Court is on a short break. All right, let me show you this this video. It's a video of Colin Griffith walking out after court, and I'm in the process of adapting it, so to speak. Where am I? My channel. Nope, not there. Go to YouTube, Jody. Don't pretend like it's 3:30 in the morning. Just get on with it. my page. I wonder if I can put it in chat and play it. Maybe. Actually, I can play it on my own page. You're an idiot. Oh, Lord. I'll share this tab instead. Yeah, dickhead. Oh, hang on. Let me embiggen it. Okay, you ready?
Don't you forget about me.
Oh, I better mute that. Baka. Baka, baka, baka. So I'm superimposing Mike Myers' face onto it. Yep, I will show you the finished the finished result. When it's done. All right, let's have a look at Mr. Matrix's rendezvous with Colin Griffith. This should be interesting. No CCs. Okay. Can we make it high def? No. All right. Play. Oh, maybe I should mute that too, in case that's copywritten. God damn. All these songs. Okay.
Welcome. Late metrics. Late.
Sounds like me,
metrics.
Grandma.
Congratulations, Phoenix Meridian, for being the first in chat.
Oh,
How are we
cool.
doing tonight? Well, it's really late, isn't it? You know, it's 3:30 a.m. for me. And it's really late for the East Coast.
3:30 for me
Maybe
now.
this is like a West Coast show. That's okay. But someone twisted my arm. I won't say which one.
Yeah.
Michelle.
Oh.
Yeah, welcome, Michelle. Yeah. So what are we doing? I have no prep. We got to Colin Griffith. We got to look at this crazy kid, right?
So he's not on camera.
More about this crazy kid who got off with murder after getting off with murder a year before. Never have I don't think I've ever seen that happen. You kill your dad and the charges are dismissed because it was self-defense. Then you move in with your mom. Then you kill your mom. And then the charges are dismissed because it's self-defense.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Who's next? Who's next? You know, if you were in 3rd grade and you bit someone every week, they'd start to think of you as a biter, right? They'd be like, watch him.
If you'd had charges dismissed on 2 murders, they'd start to think of you as defending yourself.
Watch him. Gag him. Put something in his mouth.
Valium, Grandma.
Not
Valium.
your fingers.
A1.
Yeah. Bit messy. Certainly a messy killing. Brutal killing. I mean, you should see the goddamn knife. 12-inch knife. I mean, the blade wasn't 12 inches. I think it was like an 8-inch blade. But still, that is a large chef's knife, right? I'd love to know what brand it was.
Why?
Was it a Global? Was it a Sabatier? Was it that German
It was a
steel
sharp
that I can
one.
never remember the name of? Because, man, you should see this knife I've got here. I have got a knife that's so big. What is this? This is a Sabatier. But, man, this could do some damage. It's just a chef's knife, but I'm scared to even use it. It's like a chef's knife for butchering an entire cow or something. It's enormous.
He literally got it out and didn't show it.
Anyway, it's pretty scary because you know how some kitchen knives are really bendy and
That
flimsy,
sounds wrong.
and you know. But this thing is, man.
And he's having a fag.
I could take down an alligator with this thing, but I won't.
Oh, Matrix.
How do you like the sound effects? That's German steel. Well, it's not German.
Should be Japanese, shouldn't it?
Anyway, let's get to it, guys. We've got a lot to get through.
We're not going to watch all of this. This is 3 hours and 20 minutes.
Let's go to the YouTubes. Grab a little link here.
Yeah, all right.
Grit.
So he plays the. There's a little bit we haven't seen, I think.
So I've been meaning to ask people. I thought everyone was making spelling errors yesterday in the chat, spelling Colin with 2 L's. Is that how it's spelt in the States?
Oh.
In the United Kingdom, we only use 1 L.
You can spell it any way you like.
Body cam. Yes, that should start us off nicely. Is this?
I can't do that. I can't do impromptu. I have to be organized, have it on the screen, queued, ready. Unless I actually
get copyrighted
stop.
For this. Law and Crime Network.
No, you won't.
Whatever. I don't.
It's fair use.
Crime Fix. We'll see. We'll see.
You won't get copywritten. Unless it's actually, I say that, but the other day when I was streaming with Tan and we got shut down, it was because the video she was playing was banned in like nearly 300 countries and she didn't realize. So hence Sunday we're going through all of our footage to make sure that that doesn't happen again. And I was worried about the theme song to the Underbelly series, so I'll have to mute it for that. But when I went looking in my YouTube studio to find out why, I found all of these other things in there, and it was all the ones that I'd done with dual streaming with Steve. So it was all of the podcasts and stuff. And what's happened is that they've picked up identical content on both of our channels and given us both the option for future if we want to copyright one another or some shit. And the only way that I could see to get out of that, I thought I had to go in and get a common creators license or something, and then that waived my right. Well, I thought it would allow me to share that footage with him and give him permission, but it didn't. It actually made it that I waived my copyrights forever. Amen. No going back. Permanent. And I'm like, I don't know if I want to do that just yet. It's only early days. You just never know what the future holds. I'm not waving my rights away. So, Grandma, who wants him to live in their house? The defense attorney? Who? Colin. Am I missing some chat? Because I'm not seeing some of it. Oh, it's way back there. All right.
Kill your mom if you got in a car with her.
That's Colin.
Did you make any statements saying that you were going to kill your mom if you got in a car with her?
That's Colin Griffith. Nearly a year before the prosecutor says he murdered his mother by stabbing her.
Okay. Now, I, don't judge a book by its cover and everything, but following these cases for as long as I have and you have and we all have, there's just something about people's affect that I have come to really recognize. And not just on TV, but in my own life as well, And I do not get a good vibe off this kid. I don't get a good vibe off this kid. He's got one of those faces that no matter what expression he's pulling, on his face, it always looks like a sadistic smirk.
No, it looks like he's doing a fake smile because he's not happy.
It's not a good quality to have. How are we doing in chat? I think we got disconnected. Uh-oh.
Sweet dreams,
Chat
darling.
is disabled for the live stream. Why? What's going on? Amy, can you hear me? WhatsApp me. WhatsApp me.
You too, sweetheart.
Hmm.
Mwah.
Hang on, guys. I got to find out what's going on. Oh, that looks good. That looks good. Okay, cool.
Oh, we've seen
Domestic
that.
I just want to see him say who's who again. It's stuff like that that's just a little bit off. Now, I got no problem with people being a little bit off. I'm a little bit off, okay? I do strange behavior. That's part of my deal. But
Don't we all?
you know, there's I like to think I can do it with a bit of grace, a bit of charm.
Prosecutor couldn't prove that
Je ne
Colin's
sais
claim
quoi.
of self-defense wasn't true.
I can't see without my glasses. I don't know where they went. Hi.
Hello.
Who's who?
I'm Deputy Jankowski.
Now body camera footage from the Charlotte County
Oh, I didn't
Sheriff's
see this
Office,
one.
that's where Colin lived with his mother, Charlotte County, Florida, is giving us a look at the domestic violence incident from November of 2023, where Colin was accused of beating up Kathy Griffith. He told deputies his side of...
I thought he didn't have a shirt on. Or has he put one on now to go out to see the cops? Because didn't they say he didn't have a shirt on?
I know it's, you know, especially in the role of a policeman or paramedic or something where you're touching a lot of people and the COVID stuff and everyone started fist bumping. I hate fist bumping. I want a handshake. I want a good handshake, you know?
Oh, did you not
I
watch
can't
this,
stand
Mary?
that.
It's
It
a good
annoys
one.
me.
the story when they arrived.
I got off the phone with Rentis. We sat down and we ate, and she started talking to me about how a bunch of really bad shit. And then when I got up and was like, you can't just do that, and she was telling me to shut up, she hit me in the face, and then I reacted like this. She grabbed onto me. I hit her in the stomach, and then I'm a wrestler. It was just reactive. Grabbed her. She got to the ground. I grabbed the phone. I started recording on her left. That's it.
I reacted. It was just reactive. Yeah. A lot of people say stuff like that, don't they? I just reacted.
I've got the whole playlist, Mary.
When I mercilessly
wanna
started
have a look?
beating my mother in the face. I'm a wrestler. My wrestler training kicked in.
Does no one else hear what preempted that statement though? Like, no? Oh, we're back. Yes, Mary, you'll see a lot of back and forth between me and Udahef on this one. If you go back and have a look. He just likes to roll me. Just quietly, I think.
Judge, it appears what has happened, we have been admitting what I believe to be screenshots, what I think the court believed to be screenshots of text messages, which were ultimately a created document that were taken from a cell phone dump. We have, I don't know how many exhibits of that. Notice that on the last one, that exhibit, it came in admittedly without objection because I thought it was a screenshot of the cell phone dump. Or a screen, not of the dump itself, but of a screen. Hence screenshot.
What's the difference?
When the The last exhibit was published to the jury. It contained a note that Mr. Horn noticed and led to our objection that contained a note made by the district attorney's office.
Oh.
It's already been up on the screen and published to the jury. I have concern now that all of these documents, and I have concern that there could be other errors that we haven't caught. At this point, I'm going to move the court for a mistrial.
Judge, a couple things in response. Some of those are I know the Instagram messages actually are screenshots of what was on the phone. So those are not. The other ones are taken from the either Facebook proceeds or text conversations that were done from the phones. They're identical. The only thing we've done is put them in a format that makes them look like what you would see if you were looking at Facebook Messenger or at a cell phone. That's the only thing. The one that was most recently up in front of the screen is admittedly not verbatim what was in the text, and that's what was caught. It's just human error in reviewing all this. But everything else is identical. They've all been read. Most of them have been read in court, and those messages and Facebook communications have Mr. Scott's had those for several years now. And review them. And if he disputes the veracity of them, he can sit there and go back through and check them word for word. But they're identical. There's nothing substantively that's been placed before the jury that's either inaccurate or misleading. The only thing that's not correct.
I wonder what it was.
Last, one that was up on the screen. Otherwise, it's just it's not a substance thing. It's just the.
Evelyn, have a good Christmas. And what did she say in response?
See if we can find it. So it was before their last. I can't see anything on it. Can't see a thing. What are they talking about? No one on the break. There wasn't any other messages, was there? Let's have a look at this one. That's it. What the hell are they talking about?
You have to understand. We talked over generally what data we had. I have concern that there could be other errors that we haven't caught.
Has the raw data been provided in discovery?
Oh yes, Judge. That's been provided. They've had that for years.
And the demonstrative.
That was made available. Mr. Scott wanted. We had him and his investigators in our office several weeks ago. They wanted to look at it. We didn't specifically identify which things we were using, and as the trial's going on, some we've used and some we haven't used. So, but yes, they've been available.
Judge, I was not aware of that. We did meet with Mr. Harper and Ms. Massinger. They're very kind to have us up there, but you have to understand, we talked over generally what data we had. I don't remember talking over this demonstrative data. We do have the cell phone extraction. And as these are coming in, the way they look to me, I'm not raising a big stink at it at the time because it looks like screenshots. Picture's worth 1,000 words. Until we see this last one come in. But as far as someone sending me the demonstrative data and saying, we're going to use this or we have this, no. That's my understanding. Now, in everyone's defense, these files are huge. I can't tell you that I can say chapter and verse, which is every folder, and I doubt they can either. But at the same time, I find myself now in a position where we're in the middle of the trial. It would be near impossible to go back and compare all of these documents.
I don't think there's, Judge Elaine, if you want me to, I don't think it'd be that difficult for us to pull these messages from what they come in Facebook. And I mean, if you want to compare them, we can isolate those. I don't think that'd be difficult at all. I mean, it's not that many messages that have been admitted at this point.
Well, since the raw data has been given, I'm not going to bring this trial because of the discovery. Now, I think if the extractions hadn't been provided, I would have to. The other question would be, do I need to declare a mistrial because the one inaccurate demonstrative aid is placed up on the monitor? And I will know that part of that message was not read to the jury. It was not read to the jury. And I know that General Massengale is the one that first brought to our attention the problem. So I'm not going to order a mistrial at this time for that. I will give a curative instruction that if any of the jurors read that last bubble for the few seconds it was up there, but to put that out of their mind and they're not to consider what was there. Now, my concern, so I'm going to deny the motion for mistrial for those reasons. I don't find that there's manifest necessity to mistrial the case. Now, going forward. Well, I guess going forward, I'll just take any objections as they come. Since I can't give any advisory opinions. I just don't want you to go talk about it.
Well, I mean, I don't take that long. A couple hours probably. Yeah. Yeah, well, I think that's fine. I think that's fine.
From there forward, we identify that these are demonstrable.
That's fine. Yeah, that's fine.
Who approach?
Yeah.
Who approach?
Oh, for fuck's sake, really?
Yeah.
I love haters. Have a look at this. Hang on. Let me see if I can bring it up. Where the? What? Oh. Oh. Where is it? There it is. Why do people have to feel the need to comment something just to be a pain in the ass? Really? There you go. I can't help myself, sorry. Yep. But she's go away. Bye-bye now. Canadians. That's what they are. Canadians. Apparently. Yeah. Oh, sorry. I'm not allowed to talk on my stream. Did you like my response? Why not just, swipe right? Fuck off. Go. See ya. Don't sit there and type away, you dipshit. Oh, can we name her? Can I nominate her? I sat up all night just to wait for that comment. Canadians. That's the word of the day. Because it starts with fucking idiots. Yep. All right, Sharon. Bye-bye now. And gone. Ta-da! Don't let the door tell the way out. Anybody got time for that? See, that's a word. Ain't nobody got time for that. Yeah. Yeah. We haven't even hit the lunch hour yet, have we? Mm-hmm. Oh, I've got to work on that. Got to work on that. It's going to be so funny when I finished it. I'll have to put an Austin Powers song to it, or no, I'll get copyright, won't I? Unless I post it on. I can get copyright on Discord or X. I'll just post a link to it. Hello, Mimi. Hello, baby. Oops, sorry. Oh, it's Friday today, isn't it? Oh. All right. Well.
Now, you need to go through over lunch. pull out.
Yeah.
You don't need to take them off, just pull out the screenshot.
Yeah.
Could you see anything on that screenshot? I couldn't see anything.
No, most of them, most of them are not screenshots. Most of them are Facebook.
Yeah, but there's some screenshots.
I don't think we put any screenshots in.
Yeah, we did. All you gives.
Oh, we did. That's right. Yeah. No.
Are we in recess, Judge?
We will be in recess till 1 o'clock.
So it's a lunch break now. After all that. Right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, isn't it there? 5 hours. What to do? What to do? Oh, we can watch continue watching Metrix's share this tab. Then you're watching the same thing as me.
So she hit you in the face? But we've been through this. You called Francis because you know you kind of messed up, right?
No, it's because I didn't know who else to call, and I knew that, and I wanted to make sure he knew first off.
Okay.
Deputies put Colin in cuffs in the back of a cruiser and then talked to his mom, Kathy.
It's Catherine A. Griffith, right?
Oh, okay.
9485. Okay. So I heard EMS is coming to check out your hand. Okay. Let me.
Right here, because he kicked me.
Okay. Hey, can I see your hand? Okay.
He kicked the phone out of my hand as I was trying to record it. I was on the ground.
Medics then checked out Kathy Griffith's injuries.
It hurts. I mean, you can see how swollen my knuckles are. It's okay. He literally.
Yeah, because you punched him.
Let me see the inside of your hand. All right, do you have any pain to your wrist at all? Or is it just right here in the top of your hand? No, it's all of this. Yeah, from here till about here. Okay.
Yeah, where you punch people. That bit.
Like, was that like a couple minutes ago? Like in the past 20, 30 minutes. And then he kicked me here. I have like some redness.
Colin Griffith had been staying with his grandmother in Polk County. She explained that sometimes he would stay with her if he wasn't getting along with his mom, but it was time for him to go back home.
Colin did not want to come back home.
Okay.
And I said, you don't have a choice. You have to go back home. And he said, no, I want foster care. And even the corporal was saying, foster care isn't going to be good.
Foster care? You're fucking 17 years old, man. Go and make it in the world. Foster care. Come on.
Well, he's still a minor. They won't even let him on a phone.
Oh, I want foster care. Okay. Well, fucking, you know. Oh.
For you. You don't have issues. You have to work on them. And so we agreed. I talked to him all the way. Oh, my car doors. Oh.
Colin has mental health issues, according to his grandma. He was in therapy and had a treatment plan, and there was some sort of intervention going on with law enforcement as well.
We talked all the way down, and I said, you have got to learn to get your anger under control. You want to be a Marine. People are going to get it. I'm retired from the service. I said, very good. So I said, people are going to get in your face, and you're going to have to learn to deal with it.
Where did everybody go?
Just ignore it.
Right.
And I said, the other thing too is you don't ever hit anybody. You don't even touch somebody, and especially somebody as small as Kathy. That is just something that you cannot ever do. I said that needs to be. He goes, no, but I said there are no buts. That's all there is.
Colin's grandmother then describes what led up to Colin assaulting his mother.
So we got here. And Frances had agreed. She's going to lay the law down. You know, that she is the parent. She is doing what she thinks is best for him. That he's not going to have his cellular phone. He's not going to have access because he's like talking to some person on the online. We don't even know
I
who
think-
this person is.
I think Metrics uses the same software, EVMAX, as Steve. Just the way that is popping up like that.
Okay. And that she said, I don't want you ever calling me a psychopathic narcissist anymore. I said, and he goes, no, I didn't. He goes, no, I heard you say that. So, okay. He just, he had said that in the past. And she said, let me lay this out for you, because the only thing I think you really care about is money. So anytime there's an infraction, I'm going to take that from you. And it'll add up. So you have got to fly right, because otherwise, if not, and then he was doing something with his eyes.
Colin's grandma then described why she believed Colin attacked his mother.
I think he wanted the phone, and that's all he was concerned about, was getting.
You know what I used to do? I left home, I guess I just turned 17, maybe 16, 17. I didn't have any money. I didn't have a car. I just a small bag. How did I eat? This is what I used to do. I used to go into McDonald's and find like an empty cup, like an empty drink cup, a busy McDonald's, right, on Oxford Street in London. Find an empty cup and just go and sit down in McDonald's with this empty cup for like 10 minutes. Then I'd go up to the counter and I'd say, hey, you said you were going to bring me my meal when it was ready and that I should sit down. It's been like 15 minutes over here. Where is it? And there'd be a bit of confusion. And I said, no, the guy at the back. Where's the guy at the back? He took my order. And they'd say, okay, what was your order? I said, it was a quarter pounder with cheese, large.
Quarter pound? What is it? What do they call it?
And look, now
beef royale. Quarter pounder with cheese. How do they say it in Pulp Fiction? It is a beef royale, isn't it? Do they not call it a beef royale in the US?
I finished my drink, so I need another drink. They'd give it to me.
Scammer.
Every day.
Scammer.
Different McDonald's, Oh.
His phone back.
His phone.
So was he upset about getting his phone back, or
I thought he
upset
was
about not going on the
I thought he was going to say, oh, I've got a job.
cruise and going to get evaluated?
Parts of wisdom.
Both.
Both.
No.
Yeah.
And was she trying to record him with his own phone, or
phones were involved?
There was two phones.
So there was his and hers. Okay.
So she, just to kind of clarify, he's like, let's just do it. Got her phone to start recording. You said next thing you know, they're on the ground. Did you see how they got on the ground?
No.
Okay.
No. I just because I was trying to call also.
Okay.
So, but I was very worried she was on the ground, and I went in between them.
Deputies took Colin to jail, but before they did, his grandma spoke with him at the patrol car.
Got to get your anger under control, okay? I'm saying prayers for you all the time, Colin, and I love you.
Mama. I think my anger's fine. It's just that when someone attacks me,
What? I can't hear you. What?
No.
Do you think your anger's fine?
Yes, it's just when someone attacks me, that's how I act.
That didn't happen, though. I was there. I saw it. I saw you stand up. And I said, sit down, and you wouldn't. And you went after the phone. And the next thing I know, she's on the floor. And I'm trying to get in between you all, and I'm trying to call Rennis.
No. She hit me. She grabbed on me. I beat her, and then I got her to the ground, and then wrestling me, and then I ran.
I didn't see that, Colin. I really didn't. All I saw was you on the ground.
Have you ever seen that video of it's like a baby elephant and he's got stuck in this big old mud puddle, right? It's like, muddy, and he's just stuck, and the mother of the elephant is trying to pull him out with the trunk, but she's like inexperienced, and she's starting to panic as well. And the baby elephant is getting more and more stuck in the mud puddle. And then after this struggle goes on for a few minutes, the grandmother elephant comes over, pushes the mother elephant out of the way, and handles it. You know, it's just like this, like in one quick motion, just pulls the kid out. It's so funny. I like it when we see this
analogy.
3-generation stuff going on, like what we've got here, because we're going to learn more about the mother and the son as we move through. She's got her own issues as well, but this grandmother seems pretty like
normal-ish. Okay.
You know, on the level. Just reminded me about that elephant story. It was so funny. Should we bring it up? I'll see if we can bring it up.
Her on the ground and you by her, and you guys fighting for the phone. So how did she get on the ground?
Because I moved her on the ground. I wrestled her on the ground. She got up.
Why did you stand up? And why did you say?
So we're just trying to have a face-to-face conversation.
No, you didn't. You stood up and said, okay, let's do it. Let's do it. Yes, you did. I was there.
I was saying, no, I'm not a psychopath. I'm not this murderer. I'm just trying to peacefully leave or peacefully coexist and just figure something out. And she kept telling me to shut up and shut up. But when I wouldn't shut up,
I hate it when stupid kids start to use phraseology like that. I'm just trying to be in a peaceful coexistence. And I'm mature because I'm saying it like that.
you hit me.
No, that's not what happened, Colin. That's not what happened. You never said you wanted to peacefully coexist.
I've been saying that.
You said that in the car, but not there with her.
So Colin's grandma
I've been saying that right before I started whining like this.
Told him clearly that the account he was.
Man, if that was my boy, I would take him to the city and drop him off, give him $100 and say good luck.
Giving was not what happened, and he said he wasn't a murderer or a psychopath. The next day, deputies were back at the house with his mom after Colin had been released from jail.
All right. Yes, sir. So what's going on, man? Last night, me and my mom went to a physical altercation. I got arrested for domestic battery.
Physical altercation. I was trying to peacefully coexist, and we got into a physical altercation. I'm a man beyond my years. I smoke a pipe and ponder economics while stroking my mustache. We got into a physical altercation after I was trying to peacefully coexist.
But going in front of a judge today, I have a right to public defender, and we'll see how that goes.
Okay. So how is the situation with you?
I'll tell you, Albert says, Metrics, you're a survivor. Most young people don't have the self-confidence or ego strength. I'll tell you a fucking story, though, about that McDonald's thing. One day, I was doing my thing, my little scam, and this Irish guy, came up to me. And he came up to me, and I knew there was something going on straight away, because he came up to me like he knew me, sat straight down, held his hand out to shake my hand, which I did because I was an inexperienced moron. And he sat down real close to me, and he pulled out this syringe needle.
Oh.
And he took the cap off, and he said, okay, listen, I'm a heroin addict with HIV.
Oh.
And if I put this needle in you, you've got HIV too. Give me everything. You know, it was like, and I was like, holy shit, that is worse than being robbed with a knife, you know. And I didn't have, you know what I had on me? I had $20 American for some reason. I don't know. I guess I must have been a gift or something, and a card or something. And my cell phone. And I did give it to him. I was like, yeah, take this and get the fuck away from me. $20 and a cell phone. I didn't have any money. Yeah, that was It was pretty scary when you're young.
Doing right now. The things calm down.
No,
Are you guys able to
sir.
get along? Where are we at?
No, sir. It's not good. She thinks that I beat the shit out of her. I don't. She thinks that I'm like psychotic, like literally psychopath, sociopath, something like that. I don't know exactly where she's at. She thinks I'm gonna kill her. I want to kill her. That I want to beat the shit out of her.
Do you?
No, sir.
Okay.
Given what we know now, this footage is very interesting. Colin Griffith goes on to say his mother had attacked him.
I don't want to hurt anyone, let alone my mom, even despite this happening, but I'm not going to take
Yes, Michelle, the grandmother is the mother of Colin's mother.
what I consider abuse when someone's attacking me. And
how is she attacking you?
When she attacked me. When she threw a punch at me and grabbed onto me, I grabbed onto her back. I got her off of me. She hit the ground, and then I fled and called Rentis, and then he sent someone out.
You called who?
Rentis, Detective Rentis.
Okay.
The deputies then questioned Colin about statements he made at the jail.
Did you make any statements saying that you were going to kill
No,
your
sir.
mom
No, sir.
if you got in a car with her?
No, sir.
I'm trying to figure out why we would have a corporal at the jail that took you out, that dropped you off to your mom and telling us that you said, "Don't put me in a car with her. I'm going to kill her."
Yeah.
Was that said?
I did not say I was going to kill her. I did not say kill. I don't know why he sent me back here. I asked him not to, but he said he didn't like my attitude and that I had to just walk by. He sent me back here. But his words, not mine.
Okay. Well, we're just trying to figure out. We just want to make sure we do everything we can to prevent anything happening.
Sir, given the situation, I don't think that we should be in the same house at all.
There you
I
go.
think it's okay. I mean, we're going to court anyways with one. God knows what's going to happen then.
How are you getting to court?
By car.
You drive? How old are you?
Yeah, but I have to have an adult in the car with me.
You got a learner's permit?
She's been trying to lure a confession out of me all day. It's been,
Bye, Anna.
well, it's not,
Thanks,
sorry,
love.
not all day, but
So you heard Colin Griffith tell the officers that his mother had been trying to lure a confession out of him all day. The deputies continue to question Colin about.
Yeah, I'll just give you some context here from an article from News Channel 21, who says Griffith is accused of killing his mother at his grandmother's home in Auburndale back in September 2024, just over a year after he shot and killed his father out of self-defense in Oklahoma in 2023. They ruled that to be in self-defense due to the fact his father treated him poorly, not letting him leave the farm they lived on and only feeding him one meal a day. They discovered he suffered from PTSD and other mental health problems due to that. Griffith was calm and level-headed when he talked about both attacks, blaming his parents for having problems. She has ADHD. She was abused by my dad, Griffith said. That set her off. That is what Griffith told CCSO.
That makes sense.
Deputies about his mom, Catherine, in November 2023. They questioned him after his grandmother said he attacked his mom. You stood up and said, okay, let's do it, his grandmother, Susan Deathman, told him as he sat back in the deputy's car. Colin, that's not what happened, you said. You wanted to peacefully coexist. You said that in the car, but not there with her. So yeah, he shot and killed his father out of self-defense, and then he stabbed his mother to death out of self-defense. And he's acquitted of both killings, killed both his parents separately, separate incidents, both of them out of self-defense.
Why is no one listening?
Come on.
Why are they?
Come on.
Did nobody hear? They're feeding him one meal a day. Why doesn't anyone address that?
If I was the grandmother, I'd be like, investing in some security.
Why he and his mom argue. And he tells them his mom had once pulled a gun on him.
So what does this all start over? Has this been ongoing forever?
Parenting.
Or is this all of a sudden happened last night?
Oh, and hey, thanks so much, Laura Lee, for the fabulous coffee. I saw that come in. Got to get these notifications on the video. Sometimes they just seem to disappear. I don't know why. But thank you, Laura Lee. Good way to support the channel. And, oh, was that one more? I think it was one more. Amanda, thank you so much, Amanda, as well.
So I came to live with her after my dad died, and since then, there's just been kind of times when things boil over with her, and she acts out. One time, she pulled a gun on me. I called the cops. I guess I wouldn't believe.
What got her to the point that she's doing these things?
I don't know.
You have no idea. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, she pulls a gun or hit you?
It's because that I
So hang on.
Crazy
Even he's like, what did you do to insinuate that? But it makes it sound like it's okay. Yeah. Let's point a gun at my son. That's all right.
Somehow, with the way that I act, and I don't know how I'm acting badly. She talks about school a lot. My grades are fine. I got a 3.7 GPA.
I mean, obviously you're not, you're smart enough, kid. I get that or whatever, but I mean, obviously it takes two to create this type of environment in this situation, right? I've heard.
Sorry, I don't think this deputy is very well trained. He's more of a traffic stop cop. They shouldn't send him to situations like this. Yeah. It's just, it's not necessarily his fault. I just think he's better for traffic stops. It's, this takes a certain type of training to deal with a situation like this.
Nothing. You haven't said a word about what's going on, what you're doing, or what is going on to provoke this, or where it's coming from. Other than
Thank you, Patricia.
Out of the blue, your mom flies off the handle and does this stuff.
Oh yeah. This kid can switch, right? As soon as the cops show up, there's a character, and he adopts that character. We'll see if we can pinpoint that as we move forward.
Struggling with that a little bit.
She claims that because I don't help around the house.
I think we're gonna go to Coburger getting stopped in a second, guys, as a comparison, because I'm getting notes of Coburger.
I don't seem to follow rules. For her is that I don't make a schedule. I don't schedule my day. She has ADHD and a lot of other stuff. She was really abused by my dad, from what I know, and I kind of just made it to where she
that I believe
these very specific things that set her off. These triggers.
Now remember, the entire reason Colin is in Florida at this point is because he killed his dad in Oklahoma on Valentine's Day in 2023, and Colin's mother took him to Florida to live with her. The deputies asked Colin about his father's death.
So how long ago was your dad back? Sorry to hear that. 7 months.
Yeah, sorry to hear that. 7 months. Oh, my condolences. My condolences.
He attacked me, my dad, and when he did, he tried to kill me overnight, and then it was in Oklahoma, and he died. So,
how was that?
Yeah, he died. He just died. He attacked me with a knife and then died.
I shot him when he tried to kill me.
Did you already have a gun in your hand? Or did you go
I
get
was
one?
fleeing, and the house was filled with guns, 23 to be exact, and
You knew who they were?
I didn't seek one out. I was just trying to run, but when I was cornered and I had nothing else, there was a gun.
He's not hiding anything. He's up front.
Man, it's not every day. Look at the deputy's face. It's not every day you meet someone and he says, yeah, I shot and killed my father with a gun.
Tried to kill me overnight, and it was in Oklahoma, and he died.
Yeah. This kid's been through hell
How was
and
that?
back. You should listen to have a listen to, I think I did it on day 5. I went back and I listened to, they've had some CCTV. They didn't show any of the visuals, but they had the audio up. And it was, so the mother and he had, I don't know, well, were arguing, and he'd just had enough of her shit. And you constantly see him retreating from everything. Like he wants to go. And she's at him like a little chihuahua, nipping at his heels constantly. And she had ring cameras in every room of the house, including his bedroom. And then, so obviously he's 17, she'd bought him a mobile phone, but he had a trust account, and everything that was bought from that trust account. And she was claiming that she was the owner, but I only found that out the other day. So he's decided that he's going to go to his grandmother's house to get away, and give each other some space. Oh, no. She non-stop every minute called either her mother or him, and then he wouldn't answer, so she kept calling the mother, or she's texting. Then she rings his boss, and asked if he was at work the day before. Rings back, tells her mother that he was at the cinemas, and made up all this bullshit about what he was doing. He was skipping school and all this crap. Then she got onto the phone company, cut his phone off. Then she got on. She sold his car, and then she starts threatening him with, I'm going to use those CCTV footage with you admitting that you killed your father in cold blood. I'm going to use that, and I'm going to give that to the police. And I'm like, hang on a second. She didn't just find those tapes just then. Nuh-uh. Why would you wait to use them, to weaponize them against him? If she's had that in her possession and didn't give them to authorities, she's an accessory. Just, oh my God, you need to listen to it. And it infuriates me, because I honestly believe that if you role reverse this and it was a father and daughter, there would not be any questions. You look at the Ashley Benefield case, he was Doug was very clever in the way he hid that passive aggressive nature, but she didn't have to shoot him. It's at that time, it's your perception of the threat. And if this kid has not only had abuse from the father and then gone to live with the mother, he actually requested to be Baker acted instead of going back with his mother. What does that tell you? He requested foster care, then go back with her. Ugh, blows my mind. Yeah, I think the whole family is completely dysfunctional, and he's probably better off alone. All right, well, it's 4:20, so they're not going to be back for another 40 minutes, I think. Yeah. All right, I might call it and take up the second half tomorrow. Either that, or I leave the stream on. Then I'll have to wake up in 4 hours and turn it off. No, I might just come back and do 4 hours in the afternoon tomorrow, I think. Yeah. It's Friday night. Yeah, I'll do an extra one tomorrow. I've got to meet. I've got a 1 a.m. meeting with Steve anyway, so I might start early. Start the stream early. What's 10 p.m. my time? So if midnight, 1 a.m. my time is 9 a.m. your time. So 7 a.m. your time. I'll work it out. I'll work something out. All right. Oop, wrong one. Okay. This little black duck is going to go to bed. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye, my darling. You have yourself a fantastic Friday and an awesome weekend. I'll see you tomorrow anyway. I'll be here. I don't have a life. Oh, I must finish that thing. All right. Bye-bye.
Justice served in an honest fight. True crime tales till the verdict's right. Solving more than just trivial quests, where sentences rule at the defense rests. Justice served in an honest fight. True crime tales till the verdict's right. Solving more than just trivial quests, where sentences rule at the defense rests.